everyone. My name is Adan Wang, and today I will be presenting my capstone project on Star Market Analysis, Apple Incorporation, um, from the 2018 to 2022. This project was done as part of my the Data Talent Program, cohort 17. I use Python, Pandas, NumPy, and Bookan for interactive visualization. I will explore Apple's historical stock performance, identify key trends, and draw insights for investors and analysts. This page analysis focus on the technology sector, specifically public equities in the stock market. The main object was to analyze Apple's historical performance from 1980 to 2022, visualize trends using interactive charts, and generate actionable insights. Um, I want I wanted to combine data analysis with real-world financial decision-making support. Um, this slide shows like my data source. The data source, Apple Star from the cargo Apple Star data. It was updated to June 2021. It also included key financial metrics such as open, high, low, close price, and trading volume. I have done the data cleansing and include data conversion, handling missing values, um, and removing rows with zero volume before calculate 50-day and 200-day moving average. And also I add those two columns to the data frame. Um, Before start analysis, I import my data set and Python libraries. First on this part is import data set from Google Colab, import files to uploaded files, Apple CSV to upload it, imported data set. And first on this part, I importing the necessary libraries for later on data analysis and visualization and chart creation. Um, I after import data set and figure out the then there's any like missing value. After that, I convert date to the datetime format and I calculate daily returns. We can see on this side. I'll calculate the daily returns here. So also calculate moving average um, based on 50-day and the 200-day moving average of the close price, and add two columns to the new data frame. I also add the year and the month columns for analysis as well. The result, this page, look at on the right side. These are output from the previous page, the Python code. So converted date to data time. I added I added 50 days and 200 days moving average, and and the year and the month column to the data frame. And check missing value. There's nothing. There's no missing value now. It's 0. And also daily returns. These are show daily returns. The percentage from previous months, uh, previous days, previous day. Um, this page, the coding, the Python code is to identify the best year annual return and the worst year, which year is the worst year annual return. So also I need would like I need more details about my database, and I use the describe operation to um, deep learning from my data set. I also set the best performance year and the worst performing year, um, two two decimals, showed up two decimals. And I also calculate daily volatility, standard deviation of the daily return, also set for two decimals as well. This is the output result from previous slide. The code showed on the previous slide. Say, I use describe operation to show open, high, low, close volume information. Like the describe will showed up on for count, mean, um, standard deviation, minimum, 2% and 25%, 50%, 70% max, and those information um, from the describe operation. Say annual returns best performance year as 1998 and the worst performance year as 2000. See, this is negative performance. Volatility is 2.84%. As I told before, I set two decimals for the result. These Python codes is used for uh, my chart plot graph creation. I prepare the data source. The source um, is a column data source, and P as my chart will is named as P, and figure the layout of the chart, the title, what's the title of the chart, and axis and y-axis setup, and the size of my chart, and the tools I will be used for my chart. And I use the line chart. So dot line, there are three lines. One's for close price, and another two is like 50 days moving average and 200 days moving average. So the date and the close 50 and 200 moving average. I also put on the hover tools. These information will be shown on the chart while moving my mouse, indicate specific date or time. These specific date, and these information will be showed up on the chart. I also create daily return charts. The previous I'm talking about is price chart, uh, main price chart. I also create a daily return chart. Um, Name it as V. Also, I created a range tool chart as well, and volume chart is named V, and daily return chart is just named daily return. So these information, this is the codes for creation for my plot chart for the analysis. These plot charts show on here on the right side is is definitely is for this is like straight comparison, three lines for closing price and 30-day moving average and 200 days moving average right here can be identified these three different trends. The 50-day moving average captures short-term trends, while the 200 moving average reviews long-term momentum. Together with the closing price, um, they identify bullish or bearish patterns. For example, the golden cross, when 50-day moving average arise above the 200-day moving average, and the dash cross, when it drops below, they also act as a dynamic support and resistance levels. The main chart moving averages shows Apple daily closing price from 1980 to 2022. The math, on this page is I use these data, the code, Python code, to calculate the monthly returns from January to December as the y-axis. The heat map, I use the heat map to create it for analysis. I import a line CMap from the bookend and prepare data. Year, months, and return for the column. As column on the heat map. This is the result from previous slide Python code. The y-axis is from January to December for each year, and the year from 1980 to 2022, but there's no space to show up a screenshot. The green color is a positive returns, and the red color show as the meaning of the negative returns. Look at this information. I add the tool Harvard tools on the chart, so that's why when I pointed my mouse here, then and it showed up these information automatically. On the year 1997, I think near the Apple corporation near the bankruptcy. At that year, the Steve Jobs returned to Apple. So they're because the near the bankruptcy, the performance not really good, the returns negative. In August of 1997, showed it. From the key map, it's easy to identify the best and worst months for a specific year. Say this is 2006. Between the 2004 to 2007, these years, all of those months are green. That's mean all of these years are positive return, really good performance. The red is negative, right? Especially for the 1994 to 1997. See, the performance is not good, negative before the 1997. See, that's why the near the bankruptcy almost. Some of the year they have the green and the yellow, orange colors, green and dark green and light green, and we can identify the years of each month's the performance. I also calculate the correlations between price and volumes as well. These are the Python code, and I set up the correlation data frame, close and volume. I also create a correlation plot, the relation between those two. And this is the result from previous code calculate for correlation between price and volume. I put a hover over tools as well. So every time it's moving, the mouse moving, and these are automatically showing up on specific date, and there's price and volume correlations percentage, and also that on that day's close price as well. On the June 29th, 2010, the correlation was 0.38, suggesting a moderate positive relationship at that time, price and volume. These are the milestones of the Apple incorporation. As it's really good to help us to identify and deeply to know why those performance as the graph showing. In summary, the Apple has demonstrated really strong long-term growth. Also is identifiable for patterns linked to any like launches, events, markets, also customer sentiment, the moving average and the monthly return analysis providing valuable insights, the trend insight. This correlation analysis show the volume's limited predictive power. Okay, that's all. Thank you. Thanks for watching, and I wish we can talk next time.